Hello, and you're listening to the Tiny Vet Podcast with myself, Dr. Nicole Sue, and my partner...
Comedian Jez Watts. This is a public service announcement that if you eat too many crabs, you will get gout, which we think Nicole now has. But also she refuses to change her diet and just murdered ate a bunch of crabs a week ago. Anyway, congratulations to her for contracting the king's disease. All hail Nicole and her empress, the rabbit Stormy. Hello. What are we talking about today? You can start this.
I would like everyone to know that I did not get any symptoms.
You did?
No, I did not.
Oh, you mean after the latest batch of crabs?
Most recent crab feast, yes.
Yes, the most recent.
I was fine.
Yes, well, you might not have been.
I took the colchicine preemptively.
No, exactly, yes. I'm very worried that at this point in your life you already have gout, because as far as I understand it, it can't be removed. It can only be limited in terms of the attacks. And, you know, we're in for the long haul. I'm in for the long haul with you.
I think in the grand
And eventually
scheme,
I'm going to have to haul you around because your feet are going to feel like they're broken because you got gout.
I mean, in the grand scheme of my
Luckily you're small
issues,
and I can carry you around.
Gout's not that bad. I mean, I think the neck is probably...
It's not that good.
There are worse ththings.
There are worse things. Like open mic comedy. I've been doing a bunch of open mic. The comedy festival just ended like a week ago, and so I've been doing a bunch of open mics with like just new material, and yeah, there are worse things than gout.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
Another bad thing.
Ooh.
Yeah.
How fun.
I know, right? So it's the very common phrase when you tell an owner, hey, your pet's actually quite unwell, and we're going to have to do this, and they go, oh, but he's still eating.
Right.
And I go, yeah, because he needs it to live.
Yeah.
And
which he's in danger of not doing.
Yeah, but they go, I'm like...
but I mean, there are... I know with rabbits, it's like the moment they stop eating, that's like...
Oh yeah.
Now we're in trouble. But it is a thing of like, I think for whatever reason, rabbits makes their prey species. But like, when they start to feel bad, it's like they do stop eating.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But I guess, yeah, it doesn't mean that they're fine, that they're still eating.
Like I had an older dog with like terrible teeth. Like you couldn't see the teeth because it was so covered in tartar. Yeah.
Sauce. Tartar sauce. They were eating chicken nuggets and tartar sauce. Too much sauce. And actually the dog was very happy.
But the owner gave me the he's still eating thing, and he was so skinny. I'm like, is he though? He's eating some. I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
See,
he's trying to
he's not eating
continue his subsistence limit.
Enough.
He's eating as much as he can tolerate with
exactly
his mouth,
because
right?
his mouth is horrendous. Like I touched his jaw and he trembled. I was like, oh my god.
You do that as well, but it's because you're not comfortable with affection.
Yeah. So yeah, they're still eating because they, will die otherwise.
Yeah.
It's like how brachycephalics...
Yeah, I feel like if they go, but he hasn't been eating for 3 weeks.
Like, he'd be dead.
Actually brought in a corpse.
Yeah, he's dead.
Yes,
it's too late.
Mental problems.
But it's like how flat-faced animals, brachycephalics,
yep.
they're still breathing, but it's not great for them.
But they're not enjoying the process.
It's not good. Because they breathe because they have to.
Yeah, sure.
And it's a really common thing because poor dental health is one of the major quality of life factors I see in older pets.
Yeah.
And
is that particularly dogs or other animals suffer a lot
cats
with it?
as well.
As well? Yeah, cats.
And we got the veterinary stage a term for it. We call it trash mouth.
That's a technical term?
Yes.
Okay. Didn't feel very technical.
Like, if anyone's you're like, yes, I know. But
we call them poop faces. It's a medical term. We got degrees.
We do have degrees. But it's the amount of pushback you get for doing a dental in these older pets, partly because they're older
and it's expensive.
But
you got to put them under, right? As well.
You got to put for sure because you're taking out. You're for sure taking like sometimes you take off the tartar and you're like, oh, a tooth came with that, cool. But, and I've had owners be like, oh yeah, and he spat out a tooth the other day. I'm like, this is shouldn't happen.
No, it's fine. He was boxing.
He's a boxer.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
And it's the same thing where I'm going, this is such a huge drain on quality of life. Like he can't eat.
Yeah.
The amount of bacteria in his bloodstream must be reaching critical levels. Like he's gonna get endocarditis or something. Like they also will let these dogs lick their faces.
Right. with a gross mouth.
It's actually
I don't
astounding.
think even a healthy dog mouth is clean.
Yeah, but that like...
What's the real... That's not a huge difference for the person. If you're letting a dog lick your face, like...
Oh, I need to take
happen.
some photos of these to bring up the show. Because I don't think you're actually grasping the severity of some
probably not. Yeah.
So that one is... Like, I try really hard, but I think we really need to do the dental. I'm aware of the risks. We can mitigate them. Like, I understand the cost, but we really need to do it because,
it's one of the more expensive procedures you might have to do as a pet owner. Is that correct? I think it's pretty chunky cost.
It's a pretty chunky cost.
Yeah.
So for a full mouth extraction, usually you'll do it over 2 procedures. You're probably expecting to pay about 3,000 to 4,000.
Okay. Oh, that's actually less than I thought it was going to be. But it's not a small amount of money.
And to be fair, 3,000 to 4,000 is what I've been quoted to remove my 4 wisdom teeth, which are still in my head because I can't afford it.
Oh, have you still not got rid of those?
No, because I can't afford it.
I mean, you do have money in the bank, but you just don't like to spend it.
I don't have that much that I can be like, yeah, that's just
that's
casual,
what I mean.
3 to 4
grand. Yeah. Whenever I'm allergic to money, so whenever I get any money, I'm like, how do I get rid of this as quick as possible?
Well, yeah. So if you think about that, I mean, and also the amount of tartar that it's incredible, actually.
Yeah, and I think we did I actually had a listener messaged me a few days ago being like, hey, it's great, the podcast is back, you should do an episode about toothbrushing. And I was like, pretty sure we did an episode, and then I found it and I like sent a link, episode 42, baby. But like, it is a thing of like, what's this episode about? The dentals specifically?
Well, it's the whole but he's still eating mentality.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
That I'm like,
I'm going to try and stop derailing it. Yeah, continue.
So that one is something where I think, especially the vet's like, look, I'm pretty concerned. Like, it is something where, they're not discounting the risks or the costs, but they're still saying, we understand that, but we still think this is really important for him.
Yeah, okay.
So he's still eating, doesn't mean he's fine.
Yes, okay.
And same thing with other sources of pain. Like, another thing that really gets me is a dog come in limping.
Oh, yes, I've heard many stories of these, yeah.
Oh, he's limping, but he's not in pain. I'm like...
No, that's why he's limping.
He's limping because he's in pain.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Do you think he's limping for fun?
Well, why do you limp?
Pain!
Yeah, she limps a lot, actually. Yeah, that's why you need to get them nice little shoes.
Oh, I actually do recommend them sometimes.
Are there shoes for dogs?
Yeah, they're little booties for dogs.
I think I was just bagging out clothes for dogs, but if there are special corrective shoes...
There are actually... Not...
I don't know.
There's not like, inserts or something.
I don't know.
But so I've had some dog, bless them. Oh, it's so cute. They had too much fun chasing a remote controlled car, and then they literally ran the skin off their feet because they were having such a good time.
Oh, wow.
And I'll go, hey, get these dog booties and put them on so he can still keep doing what he loves.
So they're like
the skin won't come off his feet.
Dog in socks kind of thing.
They're little shoes. They've got like grip and everything on the bottom, and it just protects their little feetsies.
Well, all right then.
So sometimes I will prescribe dog boots.
Interesting. Okay.
Or there are dogs with like grass allergies. I had one patient, he had really bad grass allergies, particularly in his feet.
Yeah.
What was his favorite thing to do? Run through grass.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, get the boots, and then like physically shield his feet from the boots, and he can still do what he likes.
Yeah. So they might be in distress even if they're still doing the thing that's causing them
my
distress.
God. Yeah, and they don't realize until they get in the car and they're like, why are there bloody paw prints over the car? Oh my God. Yeah.
Because the dog or the cat or whatever, like the animal is probably not putting together exactly the causative events, right?
Or like I've when I was younger, I've played rugby with a torn abdominal muscle because the adrenaline just kind of, I didn't realize until I think halftime, and I went, oh my God, I think I'm gonna die.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I went to the hospital.
Good. I think that's good that you did that.
So yeah, like, limping dogs are in pain. That's why they're limping.
Yes.
And, any source of pain is something that should be investigated and really shouldn't just be like, oh, well, he seems fine.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, well, he's not.
Do you feel like that's often a cost-based thing where like it's an owner just being like, well, listen, we don't want to spend money on it.
I think sometimes
let's assume they're okay, or they really just don't. They really are just going, no, well, he's probably fine.
Well, they go, oh, but he's not screaming. Oh, but he's still happy to see us. I'm like, he's a dog.
Yeah. Okay.
Of course, he's happy to see you.
Yeah. And your horse screams all the time.
had other horses. Yes.
The fact that screaming doesn't necessarily mean anything.
That is actually
screaming could just mean he's a dick with your horses.
That is actually a good point. Yeah. So anyway, limping dogs are limping anything's probably in pain. Yeah, I limp and have gout. It's not good.
The Tiny Vet Podcast is independently produced.
To support us, go to patreon.com/tinyvetpod. Please like and subscribe. Hug your pets!